Hey, what's up YouTube? My name's Kelly and you are watching Sparksight. And today we're gonna talk about one of my favorite light kits, plus some new ones, the Lume Cube Light Kit. The original one, the brand new one, as well as the light panel, which I haven't even tried yet. So stay tuned and check it out. All right, so if you don't know about Sparksight, we are a video production agency based in Austin, Texas, and our goal is to make video easy, not only for our clients, but for you as well. So by watching this, we hope you'll learn something interesting and useful for your videos. I first saw a Lume Cube probably two and a half years ago at a trade show, and I was totally blown away by the size of these things. This is the original Lume Cube 1.0. It is about the size of a golf ball, and it's about the weight of a golf ball, maybe a little heavier too. But these are LED lights that have different brightnesses available to them. There's actually 10 different brightnesses that you can turn on. They default to a setting of daylight, so around 5600 degrees Kelvin. They do have the ability to be dimmed, and they do come with a whole bunch of different accessories. So there is a little housing frame that can go around these things, and what that does, much like other housing frames that you have for different products, is it allows you to connect a whole bunch of different accessories to the Lume Cube. A lot of the Lume Cube accessories are also magnetized, which allows you, like this little diffusion ball, it clips right on there with a magnet. There are gels that are magnetized. There is a snoot that you can use if you want to create a really directed light beam, like a circle or a spotlight kind of effect. And then there are also little barn doors that you can put on that allow you to actually, just like other barn doors on lights, direct where the light goes. So very, very versatile. All of this stuff came when I got this little kit here. This kit is very portable. It's, as you can see, it's just a little kit that has a pocket up here and all these little things. It holds 2 Lume Cubes plus a bunch of these accessories. This right here is my favorite accessory. This is a gel that basically softens the light, gets rid of some of the shadows, and allows you to use it a little bit more like a normal key light, because without it, you do get some pretty harsh directional shadows, you know, kind of straight onto the hand. So what I'm really excited to do is open up the brand new Lume Cubes. I bought the 2-pack here. These are also about the same size, but these have some improvements that the other ones didn't have. First of all, they use USB-C for charging instead of micro USB. So there is the Lume Cube 2.0. There's 2 of them in here. And then when you lift this out, of course, here's all the accessories that come in the package. So you've got the 2 lights themselves. You've got your little diffusion module here. You've got this thing, which I think is used to mount on a hot shoe. So if you wanted to hot shoe mount one of your Lume Cubes, that's pretty nice that it comes with this. These all also, by the way, have a thread on the bottom. So you can actually thread these in to a light stand or a tripod or anything like that. But this specifically is designed to go on a hot shoe mount on a camera. Now, one thing that I already see that I like better about this versus the original Lume Cubes, and by the way, this is my first time to actually see the 2.0s, just opening them. If you look here on the back, the originals have their charging port, which can be covered by a little cover that's threaded into it, but that cover is easy to lose. As a matter of fact, I think I've probably lost this one because I rarely have ever taken these underwater. This one looks like it's a little rubber cover that you kind of have to have fingernails once again to pry out, but you're not going to lose that, right? This is going to stay right there with your USB-C, and if you want to put it back in, I'm assuming that is what it takes to make it waterproof, because it feels like a pretty tight seal as you put it on there. Lume Cube 2.0 are 1.6 inches cubed, about the size of a golf ball again. They are 5600 degrees Kelvin, and they have a CRI, which is your color rendering index, of 95. They're aluminum. They can go underwater up to 30 feet. So like I said, you can just drop this thing into some water and the light would come on and it would be good to go. They have 750 lux at 1 meter. So that's the degree of brightness. So that's probably about a meter right there, I'd say. And so 750 lux would be hitting my hand. An hour-and-a-half runtime at 100% output. So if you turn this all the way up, you should get 90 minutes of runtime out of it, which means that if you dim it, you should get longer runtime. They have 2 buttons on the top, one to brighten it, one to darken it, so you can basically increase and decrease. They do have an app, the Lume Cube, Lume X iPhone and Android app that you can use to control this remotely via Bluetooth. That's useful if you're going to put these someplace where they're hard to actually get to. They also have a low light mode that's built in that allows you to adjust in very small increments of light. And then finally, as I said, they have the 1/4 inch for the tripod or other mounts. So one thing that I've realized with these little mounts that go on the front is you have to really kind of get on and push it pretty hard to get it on there. It's not that it's super hard to put on. You just have to get it there and push down with the palm of your hand. And then once it's on, it stays on pretty well. This has the magnets built into it as well as this. So when you pop that on there, that's not going to go anywhere. It's nice that you can have that sort of orange color coming out. And then with these magnets, of course, you can stack them. So if you want to knock it down even more and diffuse the orange, you can do that. If you want to do 2 levels of color and combine colors, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different options to give you different warmer, cooler, and more diffused looks. So once you need to take that off, all you got to do is pull. But it's nice that the tolerance is so tight, because that means that it's going to grip and not come off if you did mount this someplace like on a drone or something like that. So with that said, I'm charging the Lume Cube 2.0. Let's go ahead and open up the Lume Cube Light Panel, which is right here. Now this panel is similar to other light panels with a few exceptions. Number one, this has a 96 CRI. You can see all the LEDs there, and you can see how they're kind of yellow and white, and that's because that's how you get your different color temperatures, the intensities of those different LEDs. Now on the back, I am feeling a piece of diffusion. So this is a plastic piece, and again, this is the first time I've seen this in person. I've seen some videos about it, but oh, look at that. That fits on really easily. I like how easily that fits on. It has the switches over here on the side for power and for intensity up and down, and there it is. Oh, it's got a little charge in it. Now that is sitting at 3,200 degrees, 5% right now. So that's 10%, 15, 20, and I'm just popping it all the way up to 100% brightness. That's pretty bright. Now let me turn this off for a second. Just hold down the power button. Again, this is my first time to even see this thing. Now this has a 5-volt in via micro USB right there, a 5-volt in via USB-C right there, and then a 5-volt out, which I don't know what you would use that for, via this cable. I don't know if that's the really old kind of USB or not, but I'm not sure what you would use the 5-volt out for. Comes with the USB micro cable for charging. I would imagine it comes with the USB-C cable for charging. Let's take a look. Oh, actually, this is the output right here. So this is a output. This is, I don't know the brand of I don't know the name of this USB. This is the really old micro USB. I'll find out and put it in the on an overlay. But this type of USB-C is what it outputs, and when it outputs, it's going to actually give you a USB power right here. So I'm wondering if you can use it to power other things. I don't know why you would want to do that, but let's say, for example, let's unplug this Lume Cube 2.0. Now currently, before I do actually, you can see this Lume Cube 2.0 is charging because you can see this red LED blinking. So I'm going to unplug this from the power source over here, and we're going to try something. We are going to try plugging this into this light right here and see if this will actually charge another light from this 5-volt output. So I just plugged that in. I'm going to plug this into here. So now we're coming off of the light. And look at that. The Lume Cube 2.0 is charging from the Lume Cube Light Panel. That's pretty cool. Stealing power from that to go into here. So this also has the mounting bracket with a 1/4 inch screw hole here. So if you wanted to mount this on top of your camera with the hot shoe mount, you got it right there. So what this accounts for is different types of hot shoe mounts. So if you look right here, there's a bit of a gap between that and that. This allows you to close that gap and get a really nice tight connection with your hot shoe mount, which I really like. So I just want to show you real quick the different things you can do. So if you can see, it's saying 2.1 hour as far as the light goes, because it's at 20%. Now, as I turn up the intensity of it, you see it's dropped to 1.3 hours. Turn it all the way up to 100. And it's going to tell me at 100, I've only got 28 minutes left. Now, I haven't charged this, so it's just coming straight out of the box, you know, at a halfway charge. So it's telling me I've got about 26 minutes of time on there. And then going back, let me just drop the intensity down a little bit, drop it down to 45%. And then if you hit this button, the power button here again, that's where you switch it to change the color temperature. So right now we're at 3200 degrees Kelvin. And now if you can see on my hand, it's getting warmer, or cooler actually. Now it's at 5600 degrees Kelvin. So quite a bit cooler. That's a really nice little display because it gives you a lot of information in a very small space, which I like. Okay, so we got all these things open and they've been charging for a little bit. So now what I wanted to do, and again, this is new territory for me, so I'm kind of excited to try this with the light panel, is take this thing and actually put it on top of my GH5, my Panasonic GH5. I would assume what you would do is take this little hot shoe mount and thread it in, which I'm doing right now. Give it enough thread so that it feels like it's solid and secure. And then using these little round things, you should be able to set it up in such a way so that the hot shoe is not diagonal, but it's kind of square, so that when you put it on here, the light is facing straight forward. Now you can see this thing is on there nice and tight. And if I go ahead and turn it on, there it is. Yeah, I have a nice light that I can dim. I can change the color temperature if I'm shooting indoors or outdoors. It feels pretty solid and secure on there. I do really like the way this sits on there. It took me a second to do it, but like I said, that was my first time doing it. But I feel like it's on there pretty solid. So I'm going to take this one off and put the Lume Cube itself, actually the Lume Cube 2.0, on the camera. Here's the Lume Cube itself. I'll put this little gel on it, and as I said, you have to kind of press down on it like that to get it on. This has that 1/4 inch thread, and it does come with this little hot shoe mount, similar to the other hot shoe mount, in that there's two little wheels. One turns one direction, one turns the other. And this hot shoe mount has rounded edges, which might make it a bit easier to put on. And there it is. And then I'll turn that bottom one. Okay. Now, this is obviously going to give you a certain amount of light, but it's not going to be, it's going to be a little more spotlighty than the panel is, because the panel's wider, so you're distributing your lights across more surface area. This has a lot more LEDs than this does. And so, but for mobility and flexibility, if you were shooting in a dark space, I like this setup. I have used these things on drones before. I have used these things just as individual light sources on light stands. They work great. Okay, so as you can see here, these things are very versatile. You've got your opportunity to put it onto a tripod. I love these little tripods that allow you to kind of adjust the legs. You know, you can make them longer or shorter. But these are great because you can hide them behind people as a backlight, or put it somewhere and angle it up, down, whatever, using the barn door so you can direct the light. You've got a snoot for this one here that allows you to get more of a spotlight kind of situation if you want to have directly a round light. You could also add a gel underneath the snoot if you wanted a green spot or a blue spot or whatever. Obviously you have the gels. This gel's also got what's a honeycomb kind of pattern underneath it, so that allows you to be a little more directional so the light doesn't leak out. This one's just got the blue gel in it, the diffusion here, so it's nice and soft so you don't really get as much shadow from it. And then of course the LED panel on top of the camera. LED Lume Cubes, I mean, they are super cool. One video that we're going to do very soon is a video where we actually do 3-point lighting for an interview using just these, I guess it's 6 lights here, to see how good we can make it look. If you want to know more about Lume Cubes, or if you have your own Lume Cubes at home and you want to comment, we would love to hear from you. If you want to know more about how to make video easy, please subscribe to Sparksight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.